Hello everyone, my name is OzzyJtv and welcome to Strange Horticulture. Now I mentioned this yesterday on my gameplay of Vampire Survivors, but I've been really looking forward to this game. It came out about a week ago, and basically you play someone who's just inherited a herbalist shop in a town called Undermere. And basically, you don't really know what you're doing. You don't understand what different herbs are. And sometimes the people that are buying from you also don't understand what the different herbs are. So it's a bit about using context clues to try and work out what you're trying to sell, what you're getting back for the sale. And to be honest, that's about all I know about the game. So let's just dive in and we'll see what we find. Now, I don't know. We're probably going to get some sort of words here. Okay, that's what I thought. So I think what we'll try is I'll try reading this out and we'll see if we like it. Please mention in the comments below if you'd rather we just skip past this sort of narrative stuff or really get into the details. Anyway, the streets of Undermere are narrow and claustrophobic. In many places, the buildings lean out at the upper floors so that neighbours could reach across and shake hands, or more likely, exchange unpleasantries. Doesn't sound like a nice place. Oh. Strange Horticulture is a small shop situated away from the main thoroughfares, but it has the advantage of being one of the few buildings in Undermere that stands alone. See, we've got priority here. We could probably sell this place for a dime, you know? Get some money, move up shop, and maybe do something a bit better than the herbalism business. Plants, you may have noticed, need light, and light is in short supply at street level in this town. See, even more so of a reason to try and sell this place. It's obviously not built in the right area for herbs to grow. Recently, the shop passed to me after the death of my uncle. There is much to learn, but one thing is already clear. The rare and unusual plants that he stocked have their uses after all. So I wonder if we're just buying and selling herbs, that's what I sort of saw from having a quick look at this, or whether there's actually more to it, where we basically have to create our own potions. I don't know if anyone's played a game called Potion Crafter that came out a couple of months ago actually, but that sort of gives me a similar sort of vibe to this. So here we go. I found it in an excerpt on the elusive Wandering Boon. Come to the library in Ambleside and I'll tell you all about it. I even found something on the Gilded Dendra that might be of interest. Simone. P.S. Give Hellebore a good scratch behind the ear from me. So I'm guessing this must be Hellebore, our cat. So obviously you've got to give it a nice pet. And you've got to love the animations people do on pets. Putting a pet in your game is basically just asking for it to get petted and for you to fall in love with it almost immediately. So it sounds like we want to try and go to the library somewhere. So I'm assuming we're going to use the will to explore. Obviously not. That's obviously not what we want to do. I can see we can maybe press... We can move this around. Oh, we've got some... Ooh, what's in here? I think I have to pull it. Maybe I'm obviously not in some controls. You just have to click rather than drag, basically. So I've got some things in here. I've got a book of plants. So I guess this is basically what our uncle left to us about how we can identify plants and see what they are. So I guess this is sort of some of the ideas of, you know, look for this type of leaf or this type of pollen or it is this colour, for example. I don't know. I think we're probably jumping ahead of ourselves at the moment. We've got a bunch of other things which I'm not too sure. Is this a map, maybe? Ah! Oh, here we go. So I've opened this up. Maybe this is how we explore? Not entirely sure. We just want to find the library. I feel like this is for going more further afield than the library. But to be honest, I think we're probably just walking around trying to find something that's probably as simple. Well, dangerous plant. Grows sparsely in the hills to the northeast of Batbarrow. Keep it secret. So I guess we've found some sort. I'm just going to click this button and hope this is what we want. I'm not entirely sure. We've got someone here. Must have walked past this shop 100 times without ever stopping to look. What a wonderful place to spend your day, surrounded by plants. Well, it's a bit dreary, to be honest. Have you seen the weather outside? I came here because I have an unusual request. At night I hear whispered voices, too faint to hear clearly, coming from the floor above me. But nobody lives up there. The rooms are empty. Okay, so maybe she's got some ghost. She's trying to find out what they're saying, and it looks like she wants St. John's Poppy, so she actually knows what she wants. So I think this is where we're probably going to look at this book. So if we go in here, we can see St. John's Poppy, Papaver Valamedi. Valamedi? I don't know. My Latin is not the greatest. So the vibrant petals of this flower can be brewed to create a draught that can greatly improve the imbiber's hearing ability. So obviously this is probably almost certainly what she wants, because she wants to be able to hear what's upstairs. The flowers of the St. John's Poppy look bright red with a yellow centre. So if I was... Oh, well, we can scroll this. I didn't actually realise. So I was about to say I couldn't see it at all over here, but I'm guessing that right in the far left, this looks to me like what we're after. So I think we can do... I guess it looks like we can give it a closer inspection. So the flowers are red with a sweet scent. Doesn't mention the scent in here, but I'm going to guess, you know, red with a yellow centre. It's the only one that I can see. So let's give it to her, see what she says. Use plant. Ah, here we go. St. John's poppy identified. And I've got a book entry. So let's see. So, okay, it looks like we get more herbs we unlock as we go through. So now Clavilium is... I don't know if it pops up here at the top, or whether it's just showing that it's added to the book. So let's just close that for now. And I think, from what the brief bits I saw about this game, is you can label your plants. So I guess now that we know that this is St. John's poppy, we should just write that in here. So that, you know, if we're ever trying to wonder in the future, we don't need to worry about what it is, we just sort of look. Okay, so I'm still a bit confused as to why potentially we have this. I haven't found something on the Gilded Dendron. Come to the library in Anderside. So you have a quick look here. Maybe I'll just skip past it. And there's a... So here's Undermere, which I guess where we are. So, okay, here is Ambleside. So, here you go. The library here in Ambleside is one of my favourite haunts. Simone, the librarian, is always helpful and friendly, and shares some of my passion for unusual plants. I don't know how you find other people that have a passion for unusual plants and things like this, especially you know, without the internet and things like this. I mean, I guess everyone knows you own a herbalist shop, or your uncle owned a herbalist shop, so maybe that's how you sort of grow a network of these things across the country. Today she's grinning ear to ear, and she can't wait to show me what she's found. Okay, so it looks like we get 2 book entries from this, so if I can collect this. Here's the Gilded Dendron and the Wandering Blue, so I think this is what she mentioned in her letter. So I guess we're basically trying to learn more about the requests that people may ask for. So I guess this has got ticked off now. I guess I can stick it in here. I'm not sure if we can... Anything else? Yeah, I don't think any of this we could really do much with. We've got some clues, we've got archive, so I bet we can... Here we go, yeah, we can put the letter in the archive because we sort of know what it's to do with. Right, so cat again, why not? You know, Hellebore, we'll have to remember that name. I feel like Hellebore might be sort of a herb name or something, maybe in sort of fantasy books and the like. Oh, this is a guy that knows what he wants. Good morning. Bloody awful weather out there today. Good for the plants though, eh? Got a letter for you. Ah, so it's the postman, so he's not actually after any herbs. I don't know if we can try and give him some anyway. But it looks like we have a new letter. Oh. So I wonder if that's recharging when we can go look for things, or whether that's just saying we've unlocked new places to go. Anyway, Gosforth is a hateful town. I was beaten and robbed and left to die in the streets. After many days, I was rescued by a kind stranger. Just as I had come to fear that wickedness had infected the heart of every soul in that cursed place. I began my recovery in the woods to the south of the town with a group of travellers. On the northeast corner of the wood, I sat and stared at a bright flower, and tears flowed down my face at the reminder that there is beauty in this world. I shall be returning to Undermere soon. Warmest regards, Amos Duncan. So best what we're saying is we can go to the northeast corner of the wood, south of Gosforth, and maybe find something. So let's see, now that we've got this newfound mastery of this map, where Gosforth is. Now, just being a bit simple and thinking that it might be fairly close to where we started. I'm completely wrong. So here's the Gosforth. And if I go back here, we're saying the northeast corner. So if it's this we're talking about here, the northeast corner should be here. So let's see what happens when we go in there. The wood has a calming effect on my mind. It does me good to escape into nature, away from the stench and the clamour of Undermere. It is not long before I spy a bright flower among the trees. Okay, so looks like this is giving us an idea of that we found a plant. So let's just move the map out of the way for a second. He doesn't actually say what it is. He just says it's a bright flower. So I guess we're just going to collect this. And yeah, here we go. So we've acquired this new plant. Thank you, Amos Duncan. Don't know what it is. Don't know what it's to do with. I guess we could probably find out. But for now, I think let's just see if we can get another person to come in. I'm surprised we've done this all on day 1. So Gilbert Ames has come in now. So that's not Amos Duncan, but they sound quite similar. Something's got those witches in the forest stirred up. They're not letting anyone through. I had to take the long way round, down through Backbarrow. I never did trust that sisterhood. And pet Hellebore, wait. Anyway, I'm here now, and I brought Fennet from the south to trade for some lemon dandy. Okay, so we need to find lemon dandy this time. So thankfully that is in our book. So I guess we'll find some things that aren't in the book at all, and that's where we might have to find out more by going to that library and finding out some more information. So, Citron crispus. Its curled leaves are thought to be the origin of the name of this plant, supposedly referring to a peeled lemon rind. Among several medicinal uses, the flower of the lemon dandy is mostly associated with curing afflictions of the heart. Okay, ooh, I can zoom in here. Okay, that's quite interesting, but not quite what we want to do. So I guess we're looking for something that looks like this. None of these really seem... Maybe this one here, actually. But if it's called a lemon dandy, I'm going to sort of assume that it might be yellow in colour. So should we see what else we have? I don't know. This doesn't really quite look what we're after. And this one looks like it could be either of these two. So is there something that we're meant to know? curled leaves. Okay, so these leaves are fairly straight. These are fairly curled. What's this? Sorry, just interesting. I'll stick that here for now. I don't really know what that means. Maybe it's because we sold the plant, so it's putting a marker to say it's that. Okay, so let's just assume it's this. So go for an inspection. The smell is faintly off-putting, but not overpowering. Okay. Doesn't really mean too much to me. What about this one? Blue flowers, light airy scent. This doesn't mention anything, but peeled lemon rind. I don't know. I think we're going to go with this one because it's definitely got curly leaves. So that's what I'm going to put in there. I'm going to use that. Okay. Oh, so it identified. So I assume. I was wondering if they do this in the game. It'd be interesting if you could actually give people the wrong thing if they don't know about it, and maybe they'll get angry later and it affects your business. But obviously, it immediately tells us that we got it right here. So I guess we're good. Now, we get a plant for doing this. So this is the new plant we've acquired. So I guess we can label these so we know that this is the lemon dandy. And this is where I wish I was paying more attention to when he was talking. The other plant, to be honest, even now that I'm looking at it, I was like, which one was the plant that he gave us? I think it was this one? Oh dear. It was called Fennet. I don't know if we have... Oh, that's the wrong button there. So if we go back into this encyclopedia, do we know what Fennet is? It's not even in here. Okay, well, let's just call this Fennet. I think it was with a P. And hope we got this right. I mean, worst comes to worst, we'll give someone the wrong thing and move on. So we've got the will... I'm just trying to see if we've got something. So dangerous plant to the north, hills to the northeast of Backbarrow. So why don't we try and find that before we get in custom? So, where is Backbarrow? So here's Backbarrow, and it was northeast again, right? So the hills to the northeast of Backbarrow. So it's either going to be right smack in the middle, I'm guessing. So we'll go in here. The weather changes fast out in the hills. What started as a grey morning has turned into bright sunshine. Interestingly, it's still raining out here in the weather. I guess there's sort of a separate zone when you're running about looking for new plants and when you're in the shop trying to sell. A good thing too, because it takes me several hours to find what I came for. By the time I'm done, the cloud is sweeping back over, a cloak of unwelcome shade. So we know this is dangerous, but we don't know what it is. I mean, it looks dangerous. I always associate red with danger and sort of in nature. I wonder if you can move these around. So we can put this... Maybe we should give it its own shelf. Let's move things around. So that this is our danger shelf in case we ever need it. And I wonder if we can... Do we water stuff? I don't actually know. Some of these things probably don't need water, but you know, got to keep our plants safe. Okay, so we've done that now, and then I keep thinking you go to the top to move your archive. You can actually just do it like that. I wonder if it lets you. Okay, so you could. So basically, this bar is filling up, saying when you can start looking around. So, oh, Hellebor's just having a little lick. I wonder if she ever gets caught up. Well, I assume it's she jumping through all the plants and ruining our business. But okay, so Faye Swift. This is obviously someone important, I guess, because we've now got a bio section. So my dreams are becoming more vivid. I saw a woman, her face hidden behind a mask, and next to her, a terrifying, black, skeletal creature. Interesting. It's the tool, its roving head scanning the landscape, and though it had no discernible face, I could sense a hint of an expression about its features. So I wonder if she's trying to commune with it. Maybe she doesn't mean to, but commune with the dead, maybe? Or maybe it's just a vision. It seemed to be laughing. It sounds spooky anyway. Not the joyous laughter of a child, a sickly, horrifying laughter that chilled me like the first breath of winter. Maybe she could take up being a poet, worst comes to worst. She's really describing this pretty well, I think. These past weeks have been getting worse. So we've got a bio here. So I guess, okay, so she is the psychic. Okay, this makes sense. So she is hearing. And we've got Faye grew up with her mother. Her father was fairly violent, but once is enough. When he struck her, it finally broke the hold he had over her mother, and she fled in the night with sleeping Faye held close. Faye often has vivid dreams, but has never considered that other people do not. She came to Strange Horticulture seeking relief from her nightmares. So that's interesting. So we know that she apparently thinks we all have nightmares like this, and she wants some forest camphor. Now at some point, we're probably not going to find it in here, but here we go, forest camphor. I was looking at the wrong one now. It's like, it doesn't sound like a mushroom. So this strong smelling bulb of this plant has a powerful soporific effect. And I think soporific is sort of sleeping draft, that sort of style thing, which makes sense with what she's asking for. I mean, a common ingredient, sleeping draft. I should probably just finish reading the sentence before I start, assuming I can describe what soporific means. The camphor produces a beautiful, rounded, dark blue cluster made up of smaller flowers. So, if we go along, I'm assuming this is probably this one. Dark blue, yeah, cluster, and apparently it's a strong smelling, so we'll see what the closer inspection says. Pungent, but not unpleasant. So this almost certainly is what we're looking for. So the forest camphor, we're going to put in here. Use that. And yeah, we've identified that, so we get a new book entry. So we learn about the Butterdale. Okay, that's good to know. I'm just going to skip through those for now until we actually know what they're used for. And then Forest Camphor. That's how you spell it. Camphor? Yeah, perfect. Okay, so, I mean, I would say we could just go explore. I don't know if there's anything we really need to. Everything that we've got, we sort of... I wonder if we just wander around. Maybe we could just find something. Maybe by the lake? Like Killington Lake. Okay, maybe this is a bit scarier than I thought. But, I mean, let's see if we find anything. There are more important things I could be doing. So maybe you can't find things randomly. It's only through the things people give you. But I guess we'll find out, you know. We might as well explore whenever this comes up. Got any Wandering Blue? So we found something out about Wandering Blue before. Okay, so we've got it in our book. She's talking about the old hermit men of the Wander. Anyway, I say Wandering. I'm going to say Wandering Blue a lot during this game, I'm sure. But Wandering Blue is, I guess, what we're looking for. So cool, because the fungus can move slowly in the dark. So it apparently moves. I wonder if it actually moves within our shop. I don't know. It's been known to cover distances of several meters in a single night. The gills on the underside of this mushroom form beautiful flowing lines. They're also quite hard and sharp, earning the plant the nickname the Finger's Bane. Okay, so this is the only fungus we have. Oh, no, we have two here. So it doesn't mention anything. I don't know what we've got. Not as spongy as most mushrooms. In fact, the undersides are somewhat sharp. Red spores protrude. So quite hard and sharp. It doesn't mention in this book about the red, so let's just see what this one says. Smells strongly of soured milk. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be this one. This must be the Wandering Blue. Not blue, surprise, surprise. So, there we go, managed to get that one. So I guess we'll put that into our book. Ah, so Lady of Summer, actually. Now that I just look at that, I wonder if that is this plant that we got here. I don't know. Lady of Summer to me doesn't read as like a blue plant, but for now, let's put this here and we can call it the Wandering Blue. And it looks like we are done for the day, so that's the first day over. What I think we'll do is we'll maybe go for 2 days, and then we'll probably call it for this episode. But I think I'll return to this and maybe make it a short series if everyone seems to be enjoying. So wait, okay, we've got a cutscene here, or... Ah, so maybe... I was going to say a tarot deck, but maybe this is where we can find stuff. So row H, the third river. Started when she found something that she was not meant to find. A book tucked away in a forgotten corner of the Ambleside Library. So I wonder if maybe she told us about a plant she shouldn't have or something when we went to visit the library earlier. Who knows, really? So let's move on to Saturday, I guess. I don't know if we're open 7 days a week, but we have this. Okay, so I'm going to push this out through. So maybe we can just find this, right? Oh, look at this. Hellebor's asleep. I don't really want to wake her up. I'll give her a stroke. She seems to like that. So row H, the third river. So I guess when we say row H, we're actually talking about, this is a map. So row H, the third river. So this is river 1, this is river 2, and this is river 3. So based on that logic, if we click here, hopefully we're going to find something. And here you go. A dead deer in the river, yellowed bone protruding from matted hide and rotted flesh. Lovely. Death for one provides leaves for many. Okay, so this plant was probably growing on top of the dead and the creature. No idea what it is at this stage, but at least we've found out. I do wonder if this is actually linked with these. Oh! 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 So it must be. I wonder... Well, let's try it. Let's see if we can get them all to be the same. And see if that does something. I have no idea, to be honest, if this is going to work. Well, doesn't seem to be doing much that I can see. So maybe that's fine. Got weird little... Who knows what these things are for? Ah, I didn't even think about using this, maybe. But anyway, don't think it's particularly useful now. Let's just go in and see who we get. Isidore Burbridge. Now, I must say, I love some of these names. You don't get some of these names over in the UK. I'd love to be called Isidore Burbridge. I've always been annoyed that my middle name is James, to be honest. I always think it's a bit of a... You know, a lot of people are called James. I want something a bit different. If my middle name was Isidore, that would make people think for a second, that's for sure. To bring me a sample of Apis Demissus. Be quick about it. So, first of all, I'm not sure if I even want to sell to you if you don't like Hellebore. Hellebor's amazing. I can't even see her, but Apis Demissus, I assume, is going to be the Latin name. So if we just scroll through this book, let's see if we can see Apis Demissus. Ah, here you go, Gandhi, Apis Demissus. Plant with medicinal properties that can aid with digestive troubles when prepared correctly. I mean, no wonder he's pissed off. He's obviously got some problems with his bowels and needs a digestive to help with it. Care must be taken, however, as the rough leaves can be an irritant. Only the petals are safe for consumption. So let's have a... I keep scrolling, and apologies, I have to bear with that. So it looks like potentially it could be this one. A single pink flower that smells pleasant. So it doesn't say anything about being rough, so maybe we have something else. I mean, it could be what we just found, to be honest. That's dark blue petals are soft and feathery to touch. My fingers ache from handling it. Ruffles are an irritant rather than anything else. I mean, I don't think it's this, but let's have a look. A single sweet-smelling dark flower. I'll be honest, I'm looking at all of this, and I do not know what this could be. We have the option to go explore, so I don't know if we want to just try and see if we happen upon something that could be Gandhi root. I don't know. I mean, let's do this. We might as well. We said we're going to try and find something out, so maybe if we just go into these woods to the west of Gleeson Castle, maybe actually let's try going to a town. Let's try going to Lowick and see if Lowick has anything. The villagers are welcoming to strangers. Hostile faces eye me suspiciously. I won't find any answers here. Okay, so that wasn't particularly useful. Oh, and it's actually increased my dread meter. So I wonder, that's maybe a lose condition, is what I'm thinking. Oh, and we've actually found out Isidore is, of course, he's a rich man if he's this pissed off about his stomach, but never experienced the love of his parents. He expects people to do his bidding and is quick to anger. Okay, well, he might be more quick to anger now if we get this wrong for him. So the Apis demissus. Let's just see if we're missing something. Rough leaves can be an irritant. Only the petals are safe for consumption. I mean, all the things we have here, I'm wondering it's this. And maybe this is just thinking a bit too metagaming, but we started with this plant, and we're still fairly early on. And it looks like only the petals would be safe for consumption, right? Because it's got spikes on it. So let's put it in. Let's see what we get. Oh, that wasn't the right plant, and we're much more... I was about to say dreadful. I guess we're not. It's not that we're dreadful, but we get a sense of dread. So, I mean, really, we're looking at this plant and this plant. That's my view. Just see we haven't missed anything stupid. Yeah, and unless it's something weird like this one is fully grown. So, what I'm going to think is, does one of these say, my fingers ache from handling this plant? So, to me, that reads like that's the one we want to give him because only the petals are safe for consumption. Okay. Oh, what's happened here? Are we gamed over? Something's happened, that's for sure. Ooh, shiver travels down my spine. My mind is broken. Oh, so do we have to, like, rebuild our mind, maybe? This is quite strange. I wonder what this, Okay, and it's obviously shattered in, Not all these pieces fit together. Okay. Right, well, let's drag out some of the small pieces and see. Okay, so they lock together if we manage to get them in the correct position. So that's good to know. So we're trying to make the end of a circle here, is my guess. Oh, there we go. And here, these pieces probably all connect up. Maybe not. There's some sort of gap here. We're trying... Oh dear, I wasn't expecting to have my ability to solve a puzzle tested in this game. But I think it's if we can solve where the small bits go, that should make everything quite a bit easier. That obviously doesn't hook up there. Okay, it hooks up there. Okay, we're getting somewhere. This is probably over on this side. Same as this. Probably not quite. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. We're nearly there. No. So that's probably going there. That's going there. This is probably going on this side. There we go. Okay, so we brought back... I feel revived. My mind is whole again. So, are we still going to have this Isildur, what's his name, still asking for this silly plant? Which I have no idea what it could be now. I guess there was one that we didn't try. Okay, so we're back to where we were. Do we still have the plants we found? Yeah. Okay. Stroke. Hello, boy. I've had a rough time. Let's... Okay, Apis demissus. So, I mean, we know it's Gandhi root. Only the petals are safe consumption. I mean, at this point, I'm going to go, what can we find? Let's go back to Grasmere. Maybe Grasmere will have something for us. Pass through the idyllic village of Grasmere. But nope, that's not going to help us. So I think, really, what this game is telling me is I'm being a bit dumb here. And the only one we didn't try, I believe, was this one. A single sweet-smelling dark flower. Now, unless I'm getting too hung up with what this looks like, do you know what? I think I've been an idiot. I was thinking that these are really big, and there's only one of them. The leaves are coarse to touch, but can you see that this... Hang on, we can use the magnifying glass. There's almost these little stems protruding from it. And, as I said, the leaves are coarse to the touch. So, I think we might be looking at that one. I've just completely missed it earlier, because nothing else looks right. So let's give him this, see if this is Gandhi root. And here we go, Gandhi root. Okay, that took a little bit of time, but we got there. And we unlocked meat dew. So let's stick this on here. Some Gandhi root. Pet hellebore, of course. And then skip to the next one. David Schaefer. So this is our postman, I assume. Lake Undermere is looking fine in the sunshine today. So I wonder if this is saying we should go to Lake Undermere. But then, well, let's read the letter first, because the letter might say something else. There's an old slate mine at Hard Knot. There's some interesting looking fungi growing in it. I've never seen anything like them before. They seem to have found a niche in the dark, damp tunnels left by the tramway. So Amos Duncan again. We'll have to find out who Amos Duncan is. He seems to be a very helpful guy. So we want to go to Hard Knot, left by the tramway. So Hard Knot, left by the tramway. Are we meant to be seeing tramways here? I mean, I guess we're going to go here and just see if we can find it. Ooh, let's zoom out. An iron gate rusted by years of abandonment sits across the entrance to the tram tunnel. Rusted it may be, but it won't budge. Locked. Okay, so this is an example where we're not actually giving plants to people. We need to use it, I guess, to somehow get through. So Crevilium can be used to open any block. Okay, that makes sense. That's why we're using it here. And the heart-shaped leaves have earned the nickname Lovelock. So I guess we've got something. Heart-shaped leaves. I mean, it might just be this one. This one to me looks like very heart-shaped leaves. Let's just have a look. The flowers made of small. They smell pleasant. I mean, there's nothing else in here, unless I'm going crazy, that looks like heart-shaped leaves. You could maybe argue. No, I don't think you really can. So let's see if this is it. Clavilium. Perfect. So we've got another plant. Let's click through that. Yeah, click through that. I don't really know why it pops up like that every time. I guess you might want to read the law straight away, but I'm not particularly interested. Yep, so that's Clavilium. The gate swings open. After a short exploration, I'm rewarded. Okay, 3 new plants. Some different mushrooms. That'll be useful. So we've managed to do this. So let's put this in the archive. And I've already forgotten the lake he mentioned. We can't do it right now, but he mentioned the lake, so we'll see if we can do anything with that soon. So here we go. Reuben Ward is our next person to entertain. He's headed to Grisdale Forest, investigating murder. I wonder if this is like an investigator. Sisterhood or a secretive lot. I wonder if he's coming here. Here you go, the investigator. So I guess we're going to slowly learn about these people. Read through this now. Their leader, the Ardor, is dead. Okay, so it seems like there's some sort of murder plot afoot in the area, and he wants some fox button to win them over. Now, what is fox button? Okay, so it's basically a gift of friendship between strangers with thick, shiny leaves growing opposing pairs across the stem. So, potentially this one. Have a quick look, see if there's anything else. No, potentially this one, right? I think those are the two that have what we got. So small leaves, delicate flowers. It's good to know. And then this one is going to say something about blue flowers, stiff leaves. So we've got thick, shiny leaves. I think let's just make sure we're not missing anything. I'll get my magnifying glass out. I'll be honest. Oh, okay, hang on. Could be this one. In fact, this looks a bit more. They even look a bit thick and shiny. It smells nothing that I can detect. Oh, whoops. Turning the page. I think we're going to have to go with this one. So I think this is the fox button. Perfect. We got it right. Much better than when we failed earlier. So let's put fox button on here. And let's see if we can find this lake that the postman recommended. No idea. So it was Lake Windermere. Unless it was Lake Undermere, in which case, good luck us finding a random spot. I mean, let's just go to the island and see if we can find more important things we can be doing. Look, I think what people think about is it's not all about work, right? I know we're running a shop here in a business, but we might as well enjoy the lovely air that the postman's told us about, go to the island, maybe even do some fishing, you know? I'm sure Hellebore would like a fish or two for some meals. Anyway, I think Victoria Gray was the first person that came to us. Ah, here you go. Yeah, exactly. I was able to make out the whispered voices last night with the help of the St. John's poppy. Well, you're welcome. There's a medium using the room illegally, so I wonder if this is what's her name? I can't remember what her name is. But either way, she might not be here long, so she wants a Harlequin blue. Harlequin blue to scare them away. Bushy blue flower heads release seeds which assists in wind dispersal. Dried and hardened, the stems can be burned as incense. They burn, they let out high-pitched shrieks. Interesting. So we want a bushy blue flower. So, I mean, this is bushy and blue, but this is our forest camphor. I was going to say this is bushy and blue, but it's our clavilium. So it's either maybe going to be this, but this to me looks like it's standing up straight with a bulky top. I think it's... Do you think this could be this? Because this has a bit of a... No, we know this one as well. I keep going through ones that we've already seen. Bushy blue flower heads. Bushy blue flower heads. To me, the only bushy blue we haven't already done is this one. Now, light airy scent. Maybe makes sense if it's nice, but you burn it as incense? I mean, let's give this and see if we're right. We are. Harlequin blue. It's interesting. So obviously the book isn't always completely... Well, I guess it's correct in terms of what it looks like, but, you know, we're looking at it upside down here, so we wouldn't be 100% sure. So this is our Harlequin blue. Now, I wonder why we get given different types of labels, like different colours. There's probably a reason, and maybe we can work it out. Oh, I just got an achievement there for cat lover. So obviously there's benefits to petting our cat. Let's go to Kentmere. I actually live in Kent at the moment in the UK, so place close to home. Looks like we found a Brockstone, something popular with the children. Make a beeline to the village church. Many plants to admire, but nothing to really use. Okay, so we know about that. Anyway, let's see who this is. Bethany Coleman. Bethany. I wonder if she's a wanderer or maybe like a herbalist or someone. Well, I guess we're herbalists, but someone that makes potions, an alchemist or something like that. Oh, so she must be part of the Sisterhood. So she's saying Arda is dead, who the investigator said was the leader of the Sisterhood. The nature of her death is unusual. Okay, so they're coming to help with us. I wonder if we end up sort of being between the investigator and everyone else. If you show my sisters this letter, they will allow you entry into the forest. Okay, but use... Okay, so she's basically asking us to use Mary's breath before she'll tell us anything. So Mary's breath, curled leaves are thought to be the origin... Okay, this is lemon dandy. Mary's breath, the wide waxy leaves allow this plant to collect more large amounts of water. It is said that a person can be bound to secrecy using Mary's breath. Okay. So it doesn't really say anything apart from it has wide waxy leaves. I mean, these look wide and waxy, smooth waxy leaves. I think this is going to be our Mary's breath. So let's use that. Oh, rushing ahead. So what do we think we're missing? If it's not this one, it said that person can be bound to secrets. So, any other wide, waxy leaves? I mean, I guess these look... These aren't wide, though. Do you have anything else that has wide leaves? I mean, it could be this, I guess? So, have a waxy finish. So, I guess this is Mary's breath. Let's use that. There we go. Identify that. Collect this. Sorry that this is running on a bit longer than I'd intended. I was hoping... Maybe I should have finished it on the first day and done a separate session for the second day, but oh well. Let's open up this letter. We've got the ability to explore. We have failed in our duty as protectors of the forest. Our secrets have been stolen, and the Arda has been murdered. So you will find us deep in Grisdale Forest, a mile from the lakeshore across Torba. So Grisdale Forest, a mile from the lakeshore. So Grisdale Forest, a mile from... I mean, I guess we're sort of guessing if this is the lakeshore. It could be anywhere in here. I mean, let's just go in here, see if we find it. As soon as I step off the road, two members of the Sisterhood step out and remind me that this is their forest. I'm not welcome. I'm in the wrong place. Oh, maybe we need to try and remember which one we picked. I can't promise I'll remember that. But let's move on. We'll keep that letter for later. Okay, this is the guy who's getting pissed off with his stomach and doesn't seem to be happy. He obviously doesn't know how to read the instructions we gave him. And he obviously touched the stem of the leaves, the stem of the plant. So... He wants Butterdale or Meekdew. So Butterdale, often found glowing in clumps. Butterdale cures a skin rash. Dark green leaves can be stewed and mulched. The flowers smell buttery to some. So, a very quick look. Do we see anything with this sort of type of leaf? Not seeing anything here. Possibly one of these. Maybe this purple planted one. I think this is the most likely, or maybe this by... Oh, no, we know this is St. John's Poppy. So I'll put this for now, and I'll just see. He also says he doesn't mind Meekdew. So we can also look at Meekdew. Beautiful flowers, difficult to care for. Touching the leaves against the bare skin can be dangerous. So, that one, maybe we don't have. Maybe this is where it's offering us a choice, depending on what we own. Because I don't see anything that has that sort of plant shape. So, I'm going to assume this is what we want. Light buttery scent. Now, I'm sure Butterdale, and it's in the name, is this light buttery scent. So let's give him that. Make him happy. Identify that plant. And we have reached the end of the day. And we can't go checking about the Sisterhood, so we'll have to leave that to another day. But let's put Butterdale in. and then we'll close the day. I think we'll leave it here. We've already dragged on a bit longer than I intended, but I hope you enjoyed this first look at Strange Horticulture, and we might be back to see this on another day as well. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like, subscribe, and maybe drop a comment in here and definitely tell me if you want to see more. I've just noticed I've been doing all this sign off, but I've seen we can do explore, so I'm just going to very quickly see, can we find a different place in the forest? We tried this one right in the middle. Let's just try the one right on the coast, because we don't really know. I just realised there is a scale here, so 1 mile from the coast should be one away. So I think this is the wrong one, and they've said it's the wrong one. Oh well, that will have to be an adventure that we save till next time. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Look forward to hearing from you. Bye.